up, everybody? Welcome into Tom Curran's Patriots Talk podcast. That's Phil Perry. We're going to be talking Patriots-Browns. They play Sunday. Patriots are 5-2. Browns are 2-5. This should be simple. The Patriots should be just picking a win like an apple off a tree. Am I wrong? I might be wrong. But surprisingly, we will start with Drake Maye because that's what we do around here right now. And here's Stephon Diggs saying that, there might have even been a little meat on the bone on Sunday when Maye was 21 for 23. Steph.
He had a damn near perfect day. To think somebody almost had a perfect day, and it was more plays out there for us. We still got a lot of growing and going to do, so I feel like he's just throwing to the open man. And it's easier said than done, but if you watch the tape, he's doing an exceptional job.
Here he is, the Senator Phil Perry, X's and O's extraordinaire, insights out the gazoo. Phil, was there more meat on the bone Sunday?
There was. As a matter of fact, Drake Maye told us that almost as soon as the game was over. And I think some people heard that comment where he said, actually, I probably took off and ran a few times, probably missed a few down the field, leaving the pocket too early. And I think some people may have heard that and said, wow, what a humble human being. This guy just completed 90% of his passes, and he's up here saying, he left a few out there. But he knows he did, and he did. I think there were two plays, the one obviously where he hit his head on the turf and had to leave the game briefly thereafter, and another where he looked like his face mask on the turf and lost the ball. This was earlier in the game. He took a couple of big shots in this game, and I think unnecessarily so, because on both of those plays he had open receivers available to him. One of the first pass plays of the game, it looks like he's looking right at a wide open Stephon Diggs running in the flat for 4 or 5 yards, and for whatever reason he just doesn't pull the trigger and scrambles up the field. I believe it was actually the first third down of the game, and picks up the necessary yardage. But the question is, if you keep living that way, are you not tempting fate?
Courting disaster. Where do you see teams going next? Because Jim Schwartz, defensive coordinator who has been in the league for a long time, he knows Mike Vrabel well. He coached alongside Bill Belichick at Cleveland back in '95. So he has seen the phenoms before. And he is, Maye is a unique player, but he's not of a stripe that you say, my God, I've never seen anything like it. He's hot. But whether it's Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson, and I am going to use those comps right now, or Justin Herbert, for the way that Maye is playing at this window, what do you think Jim Schwartz is going to try to do? They can generate now, just for the hell of it, and I'm going to throw some Maye sound. They can generate pressure with 4, one of the lowest blitz rates in the league, but one of the highest pressure rates. Here's Maye talking about the Browns on Wednesday.
Yeah, they're really good. So they got one of the best players in football. They have some young guys that are real good. I think play some man. They play tight covers. They're probably one of the best cornerback duos we'll see. When they do mix up zone, they get good job of getting their eyes on the quarterback and making plays on the football. See that last week. So we got a tough challenge, and it's going to start another game at home. So it's going to be good getting back at home, but we got a tough challenge.
So it's very much in Maye's DNA to press the ball down the field. Denzel Ward, one of the Browns' best defenders, said, we're going to give up no easy plays. What do you think Jim Schwartz will have up his sleeve?
Well, he likes to play man-to-man, and he likes to let that front four get after the quarterback, and rightfully so. You shouldn't really need to blitz all that much when you have Myles Garrett and Malik Collins, who's a veteran interior defender who's having a great year, Mason Graham, who's a first-round pick on the interior, and it feels like he's coming along and getting better with each and every week. So they might try to do this thing that Tom, when you and I have discussed it, how do you solve the puzzle of Drake Maye? I think they might have the pieces to at least slow him down or make him think twice or give him a little bit of a hard time, in that they can play really sticky man-to-man coverage, which against a running quarterback can be dangerous, but they also have the front-end talent, the front line talent, the defensive line talent to keep him in the pocket, and they have the speed at the linebacker level to chase him around if he does break the pocket or even spy him. So I think that combination of man-to-man coverage where it's really difficult to find where the open windows are, speed at the linebacker level in case you break free, which obviously he likes to do, and a good pass rush, that to me is something he really hasn't seen yet. And so that is just basically what the Browns do. So I don't think they have to cook up anything new. I don't think Schwartz has to, go back to the drawing board. You do what you do, and you do it well, you might have an opportunity to keep the Patriots in the teens.
What does Maye have to do that he hasn't been doing to have success? Josh McDaniels on Thursday spoke to you guys, and you found some of the stuff he had to say interesting.
I did. Well, I think first and foremost, he's going to have to get rid of the ball quickly. just because of who they have on the other side, and you start with Myles Garrett. And when you look at his numbers, this is from Next Gen Stats, he's not getting rid of it slowly, but he's not among the best in the league either. He's actually, let's check it out. Where is the ranking here for young Drake Maye? Let me scroll. He is 24th in the NFL in terms of time to throw, right? So
24th in terms of time before his release.
Yes, so on average,
So
he
that's
gets
different from time to throw. I'm not trying to split hairs and be a dink.
How?
Maybe
Time
he'll
to throw. You're
maybe
saying
he'll
from the
take
time he gets the ball?
Maybe he'll take 2.4, but he could have taken 3, for instance, because of the pass rush.
It's his time.
I'm splitting hairs.
His time from snap to ball leaving his fingertips
Okay.
is 2.83 seconds on average, which ranks 24th in the league.
Oh, I'd have to look at pressure rate or something. Okay.
Time to pressure is sometimes a little bit different. Sometimes because he's sitting back there, he's willing to sit back there a little longer because he knows he can escape. So some of that is because he's a very good athlete. I think he's a very quick processor, and I do think he can get rid of the football quickly. I just think it's in his DNA, Tom, to want more. And he told us after the Titans game, I don't want to be checked down Charlie out there because he's been so effective down the field, 10 yards or more down the field. He's the best quarterback in football this year. Quarterback rating of 141, which is just bananas. The down the field passing is exceptional. But against this team, are you going to be able to do that? So I asked Josh McDaniels if he has to maybe help Drake Maye dial back his aggressiveness, which is part of the reason he's been so good this year, but maybe dial back just a little bit in order to preserve himself in the pocket. Here's what McDaniels had to say.
Yeah, I think the opponent always has something to say about how long you can hold it. There's no question about that. And I think I didn't hear the comment, but I think that in general, look, if he has a chance, great. And there's certain plays where you call him and you don't expect the ball to go 40 yards down the field, but the defense gave him an opportunity. And I think you don't ever want to take that away from the passer, is his ability to see the deep part of the field and see the coverage, and then it presents an opportunity, even though maybe you didn't call it for that reason, and then all of a sudden you take advantage of it. So I think we want to continue to do that, and I think the biggest thing is if he starts making mistakes, and I'm not talking about just Drake, I'm talking about any quarterback, if they start to make mistakes throwing the ball down the field into coverage and there's a bunch of interceptions and really bad decisions, then you're probably forcing the ball too much. If you're throwing the ball well down the field, it probably means the passer's seeing it well and then trying to take advantage of it when it's presented. And I think that's what we want him to continue to do, and understand that the rush will dictate, at times, especially this week, that we may need a few of those Charlie checkdowns.
So, Tom, they just might have to be a little bit more efficient. McDaniels, as he said, he doesn't want to take the ability to push the ball down the field away from Drake Maye. There have been times where they've drawn up plays and they're not expecting it to go down the field, but it still goes down the field anyway because Maye saw something, and good for him because it's helping the team be more efficient. But this week against this opponent, again, time to throw, this defense, Tom, they're forcing quarterbacks to be among the quickest in football when they're playing the Browns specifically at getting rid of the football. So they're second in time to throw. This defense is. So it should mean, I would think, more short passing. I don't know who that means more targets for. Is it Ramondre Stevenson? Is this the Travion Henderson game that everybody's been waiting for?
Right.
Those are the kinds of game plan questions that I have going into this one.
All right. Last thing on Maye, and I only wanted to include this because I find it interesting. I know you do, and I'm sure you folks do too, because you like the X's and O's and you like the kinds of throws that go on. You're a little bit further down the line in terms of, hey, give me the details. Here's Drake Maye talking about the cover 2 hole shot. That little spot once a wideout has a step or beats his corner in man-to-man over him, and there's a cover 2 safety who's got to come across the field. There's always a space there, but it's a tough throw because you got to get it over somebody's head, and you have to get it there before the safety arrives. Very difficult throw. Honey hole, some people will call it. Here's Drake Maye talking about the honey hole.
Yeah, I think it's one of those throws that you try to, always say, hey, the whole shot's open when you look back on film and be like, man, I should have thrown the whole shot here. And it's one of those things when I'm starting to see cover 2, it's one of those, hey, I think it's take advantage of it. It's one of the voids in the defense. And, growing up playing a lot of 7-on-7, and they say that 7-on-7 wasn't great for football, but it's great for quarterbacks seeing, hole shots and throwing hole shots and, throwing some pace on it and still getting some arc. So, glad Mac made a great play. And we think it's becoming more and more thing in the league of trying to show different things and go to cover two. So it's something that I like throwing. It's one of my favorite throws. So
Perfect example right there, Phil, of what you're talking about. He likes a degree of difficulty. If you could do it, you could do it. God bless him, he's got the arm to. Like, Mac Jones could attempt that throw, but he's not going to be able to throw with the same velocity. He's not going to throw it with the same trajectory. He's going to have to be more anticipatory. May can throw it, and we saw it last week to Mac Hollins. I mean, you're throwing it over a great athlete who's probably 6 feet, puts his arm up, and then jumps. So you have to get it over at about a 9-foot level and then have it drop in. Fortunately, Mac Hollins is a big dude. With speed, with accuracy, before you get your guy blown up.
It's one of those really, really high level of difficulty throws because you need the arm strength to get it from the opposite hash. They were on the left hash, and he threw it to the right sideline, basically the same as at the end of the Buffalo game. He threw the same pass to Kayshon Boutte, left hash to the right sideline. So you need the strength to be able to just travel that distance at a certain pace before the defense can get there. But you also need the touch that you're talking about to be able to get it over the defense, because if you go back and watch that throw against the Titans to Hollins, that corner's not in bad position. That's about how you draw it up defensively. That corner technically has the flat area, so he's kind of got that shallow area, but he'll run with that receiver if there's nobody threatening him underneath. With the safety coming over the top, it's a window that is minuscule, and he's just putting it right on these guys. He actually hit another sort of honey hole technically to Kayshon Boutte on that play where Will Campbell was pushed back into his lap, and he got hit as he threw, and he threw like a splitter basically to the left side because his arm is so strong he was still able to get it there. But that was a version of cover two that he was able to see, that they disguised pre-snap, still saw it, took the hit, still made the throw. I thought that throw to Boutte as well as the Hollins one, those together just are indicative of what a high level he's bringing to the field just about every week right now.
Just to give you, for instance, on how hard those are, two of the most amazing plays in recent Super Bowl history were honey hole shots. One, Julio Jones on the sideline in Super Bowl 52-ish.
That was 51.
51.
Mm-hmm.
51, 52. You want to block that out. The toe tapping, very well covered. And the other one, of course, the Eli Manning to Mario Manningham with Chung and
Sterling Moore, I believe, was on the scene for that one.
And he was in coverage.
Oh, yeah.
He was in place.
That was a nothing window. Unbelievable throw.
So it's not an easy throw to make. Drake Maye loves to try it. Will this be a week in which, I'm not saying the magic dust wears off, but could it be tougher sledding than anticipated?
Oh, I do think so. I think this would be one of those games where, Drake Maye might have to, dial this stuff back and be a little bit different style quarterback to help them win. But we'll all be looking at it after the fact and say, well, the defense really was kind of the engine in this game, because I think that's where the greater advantage is, in my opinion. I think the Patriots defense has been okay. They certainly can be better, and they've had some drives where it's like, what is going on? Are they even trying to stop them right now, especially early in games? But the Browns offense has just been, while not necessarily mistake prone, still just so inept putting points on the board and stringing drives together that I could see this one played in the teens and being a one-score game, but the Patriots defense doing enough to actually win it.
Yeah, Dylan Gabriel's making his fourth start, I believe. He's got one win. It was last week. It was propelled by the defense. He hasn't thrown a pick yet. It's a rookie out of Oregon, little left-hander. You look at him throw, you look at him in his uniform, and you're like, he's a little fella. You hear him talk, though, and he's actually kind of impressive because he's got his shit together. He's buttoned up. He sounds, at his age, like he knows exactly what his responsibilities are, and you could see why someone like Kevin Stefanski would take a liking to him, just in terms of being 10-2. Don't kill us out there. We'll see what the defense can do against this kid.
Yeah, to me, he's sort of, perfect is a strong word, but if you're just looking for a Band-Aid quarterback, he's probably not the face of the franchise moving forward. No. But if you're just looking for somebody to keep it on the rails to a degree, that's not a bad option to have, it looks like, because, again, he has taken care of the football. So that screams future career, 12-year career as a backup quarterback kind of guy, maybe, is what Dylan Gabriel is, which has a ton of value.
Stay with the offense one more time. Let's talk about another rookie, and that's Will Campbell. He will see a heavy dose of one of the best players in football, Myles Garrett, on Sunday. Phil, you and he talked a little bit about arm length on Wednesday and whether or not Will Campbell feels a bit vindicated. Here's some of that sound.
Is there any part of you that feels as though you've proved some people wrong? You were asked a lot of questions before the draft about your length and your position and all that sort of stuff. Do you feel like you've shown those people that you can play left tackle at a high level?
I mean, if you want me to be completely honest with you, I was never trying to prove them right. I know that I was chosen here for a reason. So it was never really about proving anybody who said that my arms were too small wrong. I was just coming here to try to help this team. And, just want to keep continuing to do that each and every week in any way that I can. But I'm really not worried about what anybody else has to say.
Still too early to have those short arm related jokes and stuff between us, or no?
Nah, I mean, it was never too early. I don't really, like someone sent in the mail a T-Rex. I don't know where it is, but a plastic T-Rex to my locker, but I thought it was funny.
How has he done this year?
I think he's done well. It depends on which services you're looking at in terms of the picture that gets painted about Will Campbell's season, though, which to me is interesting, and it sort of speaks to offensive line play in general. It's just it's one of those things that's hard for anybody that's not in the building there and understanding the assignments, hard to assess. So if you ask Pro Football Focus, which, again, I've talked to linemen about this, and it's not perfect, but I've talked to linemen in the past. They actually do a pretty good job. He's 14th, I think, in terms of pass protection. He's 14th in terms of run blocking. This is among left tackles specifically, and he's 15th in their overall grades for left tackles, which to me is kind of what you were looking for.
You got about 45 of them in the league, and he's a rookie.
You take it, right?
Yes, 100%.
So that to me is a pretty good representation of what I feel like I've seen, which is a guy who hasn't ruined it for. I mean, how many times are we sitting here saying, boy, this left tackle's still figuring it out. If only they could get a little bit better play from the left tackle. It feels like it hasn't been that often, maybe the Pittsburgh game. And I'm not saying everything's been perfect.
No.
But he hasn't been the reason you're playing poorly when you're playing poorly.
We haven't said it nearly as much as I thought we might. I thought we would be making more excuses for Will Campbell. More, it's early. I mean, we knew he would have some trouble with the inside rush. We saw it during training camp. And again, it hasn't gone away, and we don't sit there and watch every single snap and break down where the inside rushes are and how he's handling them. We'll leave that to the experts who have more time on their hands for that. However, if it's not glaring, it's not glaring. Although it was interesting to hear last week Mike Vrabel articulate that, with the pass rush last week, it was either airtight or leaks everywhere. There was no in between.
And quick, I think it was the word he used. It felt like people were right on us when they gave up pressure. That's how Vrabel described it, at least. And that is interesting. So, again, this gets to that, okay, which services are you looking at here? Pro Football Focus would say he's done damn well. Next Gen Stats, not as pretty a picture. According to them, he's leading the team in pressures allowed, and he's in the bottom 10 for tackles in terms of quick pressures allowed, or the quick pressure rate that he's allowed this season. So, they're doing it. Next Gen Stats is doing it based on the player tracking data that they have. And so when somebody's working on the left tackle, how quickly does he get in? That to me would be, if that holds true this weekend, that could be the kind of thing that ruins the game, because Myles Garrett spends the most of his time over the left tackle, and he's one of the best in football at generating those quick pressures, which happen in under 2.5 seconds.
All right. So if the Patriots get into a rock fight, that means they're going to have to summon their punter frequently. That means that Bryce Baringer, golfer extraordinaire, a man of many hats. You'll see why I say that in just a second. Bryce Baringer joined us for Irrelevant Questions this week. And a reminder, on Sunday, we will be with you for pregame at noontime, as always, for the 1 o'clock game. But we'll be back after the Celtics game. We'll have halftime live at halftime. But our postgame will come on after the Celtics game and Celtics coverage. So we'll see you around 7 for postgame coverage. Other than that, I want you to have a nice Friday and Saturday and early Sunday and enjoy the football game. Phil?
Tom.
You too.
Thank you.
Any more games left, flag football?
Oh, yeah, playoffs this weekend, baby. Go Raiders.
Playoffs.
Commitment to excellence.
Pride and poise. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Patriots punter Bryce Baringer. How you doing?
Good, and you?
I am tremendous, and I'm excited about this. because you guys might not know the fascinating road that Bryce Baringer traveled, not to get to the NFL, just to get through college. Talk to me about this. You went to Southern Illinois and then instead decided to go as a preferred walk-on to Illinois. Take it from there.
Yeah, so that was my first, you could call offer, was SIU down in Carbondale. But like the dream to play in the Big Ten was too good to turn down. So I went to Illinois. I was a preferred walk-on. Learned that out-of-state tuition in the Big Ten's a hefty price tag.
Oh, because you had to pay.
I had to pay. So went back to Michigan State because I was accepted there. Was just a student for a little bit. And then,
but pause on that,
Yeah.
because at that point, was the dream dead?
No. In my mind, no. But I didn't play at all that first year at Illinois. I redshirted, and I didn't even, because that admissions decision and whatnot at MSU, it expired in, I think, October or November. So I had to transfer almost during the season. So I couldn't play anymore because I was technically now enrolled in another school. So I stopped playing, got to Michigan State. They told me, hey, we don't have roster spots right now. Just kept working at it. And then in 2018, Jake Hartbarger, who was our punter at the time at MSU, he got hurt on a dead play against Arizona State. Whistles and all, he kept going. A couple of guys from just smoked him. Yeah, hurt his leg pretty bad. I love Jake. I still keep in touch with him. But, yeah, got an opportunity. I've been the first to say this. I've said it multiple times. I didn't take advantage of it the first time. So to be able to come back again in 2020 and make the most out of that, it's something that I don't take for granted ever.
It's really a fascinating story to go from there to becoming, an all-rookie punter, to have the success that you've had. Is punting practice boring?
No.
Why?
It can seem monotonous because you're just doing the same thing over and over again. But it's such a fine-tuning craft that it's fun to play around with different things and just tune your craft to where you want it to go. It's like a very fine-tuned mechanic. But also, you can open up, the book and figure out, what different kind of punts you can hit in different situations. So, obviously, you have your very just regular pattern turnover balls. Yep. You can hit bananas, end over end pooches, cross fields, a whole bunch of stuff.
Bananas?
Bananas, I know.
What's that? Up like a little draw? Or?
Up and to the right. So the guys who are really good at it right now, Logan Cook in Jacksonville, he's very, very good at it. He's kind of opened the lens to a bunch of other guys to try and figure out how to do it and do it really well.
Do you hate watching a punter run around with the ball and then kick it off the side of his foot? I hate that. It's just
in college, you're saying?
Yeah, I can't stand watching it.
Well, I'll say this. For the rules of college football, I'd say this. The guy who was in my class, Adam Korsak, changed college football punting, in my opinion. And then you see a guy like Torrey, who's now in Chicago. He did it really, really well. So it's to each their own.
What rule is there?
So in college, you can free release. So that's why you get all those crazy formations, and you see 4 gunners to one side.
Okay.
And he'll roll out and then hit it. So by the time he hits it, those gunners there's 4 of them, and they're right by the returner.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. How flexible are you?
I'm working on it. Yeah. I'm good. I'm more powerful than flexible, I would say.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you put your leg behind your head?
Oh, when I swing?
No. Just sitting there, go boom.
No.
You know what's funny? I have a kid who's much bigger than you, and he was born 2 days before you, and he's always been able to put his leg behind his head. No, but I can come reasonably close for an older gentleman.
I'd like to see you try to do that one
I don't know if you want to see that.
I don't know.
Maybe. A lot of grunting, probably a vein popped
day.
out on the forehead, tears.
I think that'd be funny.
Yeah, well, who's your favorite punter ever?
A guy who's still playing right now, Thomas Morstead.
Yep.
He's kind of been a role model for me for a long time. Back when I was in high school doing these camps, he would be there, talking to us as younger guys. His big motto is what you give will grow. He's telling us the tools that we need to, be able to excel. And he's still playing, he's still kicking butt. And it's, he's been just a very focal point of helping me develop as a player and a punter.
Awesome.
And as a guy.
That's
He's
awesome.
just a great dude. So.
What was the best Halloween costume you ever had as a kid?
I think my favorite one that we did was just the classic ghost with the bed sheet and cut just circles and run around and be crazy.
Did you say ooh? Ooh.
Yeah. And I try and scare people, but I'm not the most quiet, creeping up on people.
Is there any chance that you could just share, because it's the season, your best ghostly ooh?
I'm better.
I asked him
I'm
to
better.
share
I'm
his
really
best ghostly
I'm better
woo.
at schools, and we do the Scooby-Doo and Shaggy a lot. I'm better at the.
You got a Shaggy?
Shaggy.
See? Oh, because he's Shag?
Yep.
Yep, that's Brendan Schooler. He's a dead ringer. How old were you when you last trick and or treated?
Oh, we did it last year. Yeah, we had some friends over. Jake and Caitlin Andrews. They had their little baby Renly, and we walked her around, and some people came by our house. And
No.
great.
I mean, you dressed up and like looked for candy. I get.
I don't know. I was probably no.
No.
Like dressed up and actually went trick or treating. Probably like 11.
You were one of those kids that show up in your jeans,
Yeah.
like scavenging.
give me
for...
your candy. No, that wasn't me.
Your handicap, golf handicap, is absolutely outrageous. He's a plus 2.6. Your boy here, I play a lot of golf, a lot more than he does. I've improved. I've gotten to a point he would be giving me 11 strokes. That means on whatever.
You want to play?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I'm going to catch it beaten. What is the best part of your game in golf?
Putting. Yeah. I would say that. My dad taught, when I was a kid, like running around on the putting green, my dad really taught me how to putt before anything.
Really?
And I just like doing it when I'm bored in the summer. I'll just go to the putting green and putt for an hour and then go back home.
Do you hit the absolute shit out of the ball too?
When I want to. I try, yeah. I don't know, Schools hits it pretty hard too, though.
Schools does?
Schools can
Well, I
smack
could see wiry.
A little fast twitch.
Yeah, I could see that too.
Yeah.
Plus flexible.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm working on right now? I'm sure you don't
Hip
care.
turn.
No, but we don't
Oh.
want to keep doing this, so we're trying to do this. 2.6. You
With
probably
some
never had that
moves.
friggin' problem.
There's some moves right
There's
there.
that
What do I
guy.
got?
There's
Keep
Shaggy
stacking them.
now.
Come on.
Oh, triple decker,
Quite
quadruple
Scoob.
decker.
All right, let's do this.
Decker.
Let's keep it going.
All right, this is the final portion of the program.
All right, let's
We're
go.
Up to 6,
Come on now. Keep them coming.
7.
All right, what do we got?
This is my favorite part of the program. Is hey, what's your number? You wear a number 17. Would that be the number that you would prefer to wear out of any number?
Yeah, I love it. If I had my other choice, what we got? What's this one?
That's a golf sombrero.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Little bucket hat?
Yep.
I had a coach when I was in college. What we got? Thanks, Amp.
That's 9.
Is it 9? How am I doing balancing them?
Well, I mean,
Pretty
you've got
good.
unbelievable core strength and flexibility. They're all
No.
they're
They're
perched.
staying. I don't want to turn. His name was Mike Sadler. He was a punter at Michigan State. He wore number 3. Passed away in a car accident in 2017. So if I had to change numbers and like kind of to honor him, it'd be 3. So
Well, good story.
yeah,
That was fun.
that was fun. You want a couple hats?
How long do you think you'll be able to last with those?
I can get back to the locker for sure.
Do you mind? Let's see. It's like a model.
I'll get all the way
That's
back.
how models used to walk with a book.
I can move pretty good, right? Yeah, baby, come on now. You
Thank you
good?
so much.
Appreciate it. Oh, now they fall.
Had to happen.